So we had done addition and subtraction of vectors in the last class. We had studied about the basics of vectors, addition and subtraction. Today we'll be focusing on, first, obviously, the addition and subtraction of rectangular components of vectors. So when the vectors are written in the form of ijk component, तब कैसे उसको add subtract करते हैं वो देखते हुए उसके बाद फिर then we'll start multiplication, cross multiplication and dot product. So cross product and dot product of vectors, उसके applications वो देखने के बाद and then the vectors chapter will be over, and then next class we'll be starting with motion in a straight line, kinematics, which is more commonly known. So vector addition, when vectors are in the terms of rectangular components. So let's say you have two vector, one is axi plus ayj, or दूसरा vector है bxi plus byj. Now if we have to add these two vectors, r, let's say r is the sum of these two vectors a plus b, then what you will do is add the I components together and the j components together. So x component ax plus bxi plus ay plus byj. So this is your, the resultant vector. And so you can also say that the x component of the resultant vector is sum of the x component of these two vectors, and y component of the resultant vector is sum of the y component of these two vectors. So it means each component of the resultant vector r is the sum of the corresponding components of a and b. Okay. See, these things are pretty easy. So I'll just keep on, telling you and keep on moving to the next slide. If you find something which you have not understood, you can just, ping me, you can stop me and ask the doubt wherever possible. Okay. So if we take three vectors, let's say if we have a three-dimensional vector, so there uh, the vector A is written as axi plus ayj plus azk, and similarly vector B is written as bxi, byj and bzk. If you are finding the sum of these two vectors, so this will be axi. So what you will do, you will add the I components together, j components together, and the k components together. So resultant vector, x component of the resultant vector is ax plus bx, that is the sum of the x component of these two vectors a and b. Similarly, y component of the resultant vector is sum of the y components of a and b, and z component of the resultant vector is sum of the z component of a and b. Now direction cosines. So in a vector, you know that in a vector, uh, the angle which the vector makes with x, y, and z axis, the cosine of those angles are known as direction cosine. So as we had seen earlier also, let's say you have this vector A and you have three coordinate axes, x axis, y axis, and z axis. So the angle made by this, vector with the x axis is alpha, let's say. With the y axis, let's say it is beta, and with the z axis, let's say it is gamma. So this whole thing is gamma. Okay, right? Now if we find the cos of this vector, right, cos alpha, cos beta, cos of alpha, cos of beta, and cos of gamma, these are called direction cosines. So these are direction cosines of the vector. Okay, and these are represented as L, M, and N. So there are certain properties of direction cosine, that the square of the direction cosines, L square plus M square plus N square, is always equal to 1. So this is one of the properties which is quite, you will find it everywhere, the application everywhere. So you can remember this. So that's what is written here. See, cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. This is alpha. Okay. Similarly, sine square alpha plus sine square beta plus sine square gamma, this is equal to 2. So these are the two relations between alpha, beta, and gamma. Right now, we have to find in this question. You have to find the magnitude of p and direction cosines of p. So if you would have noticed here, the direction cosine, let's say cos alpha is x component of a divided by the magnitude of a. Cos beta is x component, so this is L, direction cosine. This is another direction cosine M, and this is the third direction cosine N. So these are basically AX by A, AY by A, and AZ by A, where A is the magnitude, AX, AY, AZ are the components, right? So if you see here, in this question, you have to find the magnitude of P. So finding magnitude is pretty easy. You just need to find the square of each components and add them together and find the square root. So 3 square plus 4 square plus 12 square. So this is 9 plus 16 plus 144. So this is 169. The square root of 169 is equal to 13. So the magnitude of vector P is 13. This is the first part. And then direction cosines of P. So direction cosine of P means, see, cos alpha, L is equal to cos alpha. This is Px upon P. So x component of P is 3. 3 divided by the magnitude, 3 by 13. Similarly, M is equal to cos of beta. This is Py upon P. So this is 4 upon 13. And N is equal to cos gamma. So which is Pz upon P, which is 12 upon 13. So these are the three values of direction cosines, L, M, and N, right? So this is the second part of the problem, and this is the first part of the problem. Clear, bachcho? You've understood it? So I think you guys have written it. Now we can move in the next question. Next part, sorry. So the dot product or scalar product of two vectors. So the dot product of two vectors A and B are represented by A dot B, okay, which is read as A dot B, and it is a scalar quantity. So there are two kind of products in vectors. One is dot product, other is cross product. Dot product is also known as scalar product, and cross product is also known as vector product. The name scalar and vector product comes from the resultant quantity. When you multiply, when you find the scalar product of two vectors, you will the quantity which you get is a scalar quantity, and if you find the vector product of two vectors, then the quantity which you get is a vector quantity. Okay, so the dot product of two vectors A and B represented by A dot B is a scalar which is equal to product of magnitude of A and B and the cosine of the smaller angle between them. So if I write A dot B, it will be AB cos of theta. A, B and cos theta, these are all scalar. A is also the magnitude, B is also the magnitude, and cos theta is also a scalar quantity, the magnitude only. Therefore, the dot product of A and B is a scalar quantity. That is why dot product of two vectors is called scalar product. Now, each vector A and B has direction, but their scalar product does not have a direction. Okay? So, हर वेक्टर को का एक डायरेक्शन होता है, बट स्केलर प्रोडक्ट का कोई डायरेक्शन नहीं होता है. So if you understand the geometric meaning of dot product of two vectors, so what does geometric meaning says that when you say A dot B, so this is vector A ka magnitude, B ka magnitude, and the cos of the angle between A and B. So let's say the angle between two vectors, let's say this is a vector A and this is vector B, right? Now the angle between these two vectors is theta. If you find a component, if you find a component of vector B along A, so if you draw a perpendicular from here to here, this quantity, this distance will be equal to B cos theta. So when I say dot product, it is AB cos theta. That means A into component of vector B along A. A into component of vector B along A. So this is what is, the projection of B onto A. B cos theta को क्या लिखेंगे? Projection of B onto A. Similarly, A cos theta is projection of A onto B. मतलब projection का मतलब होता है इधर से if I am observing it from this side, the value of this which is seen on this vector is equal to this much. If we drop a perpendicular, ये value हमें दिखेगा. उसी तरह when we see it from this direction, this is the value of this vector seen along the vector A. So that is known as projection of vector B along A. And here this is projection of A along vector B. A cos theta is projection of A onto B. So dot product of two vector is also defined as the product of magnitude of one vector and the magnitude of the component of other vector in the direction of first vector. So when I had written A, B cos theta, this is component of B along A. So AB cos theta is product of A and component of B along A. Similarly, AB cos theta can also be written as A cos theta into B. So that means projection of vector A along B into B will also give you the dot product ka definition. Is this clear to everyone? सबको आ गया समझ? Okay. अब स्पेशल केसेस देखते हैं. When two vectors are parallel, दो वेक्टर पैरेलल कब होगा? When theta is 0 degree. अगर दो वेक्टर पैरेलल है, so let's say if this vector is A and this vector is B, they are parallel to each other. So when two vectors are parallel, the angle between them is 0 degree, right? When the angle between them is 0 degree, so A dot B becomes AB into cos 0 degree, that is AB into 1, right? Now for unit vector I dot I is 1, J dot J is 1 and K dot K is also equal to 1. So each of these, why? Because I dot I जब हम लिखते हैं, this is equal to vector I का magnitude, vector I का magnitude cos of 0 degree. Why? Because the angle between these two I component will be 0 only. They both are in the same direction. भाई I जो है यूनिट वेक्टर x एक्सिस के लॉन्ग है, यहाँ पे यूनिट वेक्टर x एक्सिस के लॉन्ग, दोनों को अगर मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हैं, डॉट प्रोडक्ट निकाल रहे हैं, तो कॉस जब निकालेंगे एंगल उनके बीच में क्या होगा? 0 डिग्री होगा. So the angle between these two vectors, unit vectors, is 0 degree. So that's why when I find I vector का magnitude which is 1 and another I vector का magnitude 1, है ना, क्योंकि यूनिट वेक्टर है, यूनिट वेक्टर का मैग्नीट्यूड तो 1 ही होता है. cos 0 डिग्री भी क्या होता है? 1 होता है. तो 1 into 1 into 1 is 1. So that means I dot I is 1. Similarly, you will get J dot J equal to 1 and K dot K equal to 1. Now, when two vectors are mutually perpendicular, then theta is equal to 90 degree and cos 90 is equal to 0. So if there are two vectors which are perpendicular to each other, right? So then the angle between them is 90 degree, and let's say this vector is A and this vector is B. When I say A dot B, so this will be AB cos of 90 degree. Cos 90 degree means equal to 0. So because cos 90 is 0, so this will be AB into 0, which is equal to 0. Okay. So when two vectors are mutually perpendicular, the dot product is equal to 0. And that's why whenever you find dot product of I dot j, j dot k and k dot I, means देखो सेम टू सेम होगा तब तो वन होता है, बट अलग अलग होगा. लेट्स से आई कैप क्या है, यूनिट वेक्टर अलोंग एक्स एक्सिस, एंड जे कैप इज यूनिट वेक्टर अलोंग जे एक्स जेड सॉरी वाई एक्सिस, and k cap is unit vector along z axis. Now they are mutually perpendicular to each other. Because they are mutually perpendicular, cos 90 is 0. So when I say I dot j, this will be equal to 0. Similarly, j dot k is 0 and k dot I is also 0. When two vectors are anti-parallel, when the vectors are anti-parallel, the angle between them is equal to my 180 degree. So let's say if this is one vector and this is another vector, the angle between them is 180 degree. So this is vector A, this is vector B. Okay. So when we find A dot B, so this is vector A B cos of 180 degree. So which is equal to AB into minus 1. Cos 180 is minus 1, so this will be minus A into B. So when the angle is 180 degree minus AB, when it is 90 degree it is 0, and when it is 0 degree it is equal to AB. Okay. So these are the three special cases when you are finding the dot product of two vectors. Clear है बच्चों? Let's move to the next. Dot product in Cartesian coordinate. So when you have two vectors in Cartesian coordinate, let's say AXI, AYJ and AZK, another vector BXI, BYJ and BZK. When you are finding the dot product, you will find that when you multiply it, I dot I to 1 ho jayega, this becomes 0, this becomes 0, this is 0, and this again is equal to 1. I dot I is 1. Similarly, j dot k is 0, k dot I is 0, k dot j is 0. Which are not same, they will all be 0, and which are same, that will be equal to 1. So only three components is remaining: ax bx, ay by, and az bz. So the dot product gives you ax bx plus ay by plus az bz. Now, what you need to notice here, whenever you have to take a dot product of two vectors, you multiply I component with I component only. Then we have, you multiply j component with j component, and similarly k component with a k component. So this is the dot product of Cartesian coordinate, dot product in Cartesian coordinate. This is how you do that dot product. You just multiply x component with x component, y component with y component, z with z component, and so on. For example, if we have these two vectors, we have one vector A is equal to 3i plus 4j plus 2k, and then we have another vector B is equal to 6i plus 8j plus 5k, right? So when you are finding A dot B, that means I component needs to get multiplied with I component. So 3 into 6 plus AY BY means 4 into 8 plus AZ BZ 2 into 5. Okay. You just need to multiply x component with x component, y with y component, and z with z component separately. So once you have done this, 3 into 6 is 18, 4 into 8 is 32, 2 into 5 is 10. So 32, 8, 40, 50, and then 10, 60. So when you find the dot product of two vectors, you will get it equal to 60. Is it clear? Now, you have, if the vectors P, so you have this vector P and Q, they are perpendicular to each other. When they are perpendicular, the dot product is equal to 0. We have just studied now कि dot product of two perpendicular vector is equal to 0. So since dot product of two perpendicular vectors is equal to 0, this implies P dot Q is equal to 0. And since vector P is perpendicular to vector Q, so P dot Q will be equal to 0. So P is AI plus AJ plus 3K dot of AI minus 2J minus K. This is equal to 0. So A into A is A square. A into minus 2 is minus 2A. And 3 into minus K is minus 3K. So this is equal to 0. Sorry, 3 into minus K is minus 3. Now if you solve this, this is a quadratic equation, right? Where A square minus 2A minus 3 is 0. You can do the middle term split here. A square minus 3A plus A minus 3 is 0. So you will get A into A minus 3 plus 1 into A minus 3 is 0. So A plus 1 into A minus 3 is equal to 0. So A is equal to minus 1 or A is equal to 3. Is it clear? Now application of scalar product. To find angle between two vectors. So let's say, so there are various applications of scalar products. So first application is to find the angle between two vectors. So angle between two vectors can be found by cos theta is equal to A dot B by vector A ka magnitude by vector B ka magnitude. Why? Because A dot B is AB cos theta. So if you find cos theta, these two will go in the bottom left side, and then A dot B by magnitude of A into magnitude of B will give you the cosine of the angle. So A dot B rectangular component से देखें तो AX BX plus AY BY plus AZ BZ divided by root under A square plus AY square AX square plus AY square plus AZ square and root under bx square plus by square plus bz square. So this is how you find the cosine of the angle between the two vectors. For example, in application of this, we have to find the angle between 3i plus 4j. So let's say we have a vector A which is equal to 3i plus 4j. We have another vector B. This is equal to 12i plus 5j. So we have to find the angle between A and B. So cos theta is equal to vector A dot B by magnitude of A into magnitude of B. So A dot B means 3i plus 4j dot 12i plus 5j divided by vector A का magnitude root under 3 square plus 4 square into root under 12 square plus 5 square. So I dot I करते हैं तो 3 into 12 is 36. I dot j k होगा, j dot I फिर minus k. तो sorry, I dot j 0 होगा, j dot I भी 0 होगा, and then again j dot j is 1. So 4 into 5 is 20. So we have found the cross dot product, and root under 9 plus 16 25 का square root is 5, and 144 plus 25 169 का square root is 13. So 36 plus 20 is 56 upon 65. So cos theta is equal to 56 upon 65. Okay. And the value of theta will be written as cos inverse of 56 upon 65. So this is the angle between the two vectors. Is it clear? Clear है बच्चों? So to find the component of vector along another vector, so if we have to find, so second application of dot product is to find the component of vector along another vector. So if we have to find component of A along B, so this is A cos theta, right? So the value, how do you find it, is A dot B divided by magnitude of B. Magnitude of component A along B is A dot B divided by magnitude of B, or A dot B cap is the component of A along B. Okay, so and then if you have to find the vector that's the scalar component, right? Only the magnitude. If you have to find the vector component of A along B, so this will be A dot B divided by magnitude of B into B ka. Okay, so this is B ka unit vector. So this will give you A dot B by B square. So vector component of A along B is A dot B, the magnitude of, and the unit vector along B. So this is the vector component. Now let's say we have to find the vector magnitude of component of 3i plus 4j along I plus j. So if you have to find magnitude of this component along this, so your vector A becomes 3i plus 4j, vector B is I plus j. So when I am finding component of A along B, so component of vector A along vector B, so the formula is A dot B into A dot B divided by magnitude of B, or this is A dot B cap, जो भी कर लो, ठीक है. So A dot B by magnitude of B अगर हम लोग करते हैं, so 3i plus 4j dot of I plus j divided by magnitude of vector B, that is 1 square plus 1 square. So when you find the dot product, 3i dot I, 3 into 1, 3 हो गया, 4 into 1, 4 हो गया, divided by root 2. So this is 7 divided by root 2. So component of vector A along B. This is 7 divided by root 2. Is it clear? So you can write down all these notes and other stuff when I share these slides with you. Right now, you just need to understand things, and if you have doubt, you can ask me. Now the next one is the velocity of a particle is given by v is equal to 3i plus 2j plus 3k. This is one vector. Find the vector component of its velocity parallel to line this. तो हम लोग को वेक्टर कंपोनेंट अलोंग दिस निकालना है. वेक्टर कंपोनेंट निकालने के लिए हम लोगों ने देखा था कि v डॉट l वेक्टर डिवाइडेड बाय l वेक्टर का मैग्नीट्यूड एंड देन l वेक्टर का यूनिट वेक्टर. सो अब देखिए l वेक्टर का जो मैग्नीट्यूड है, दिस इज रूट अंडर 1 स्क्वायर माइनस 1 स्क्वायर प्लस 1 स्क्वायर, रूट 3 हो गया. l वेक्टर का जो यूनिट वेक्टर है, दिस इज वेक्टर l डिवाइडेड बाय वेक्टर l का मैग्नीट्यूड. सो वेक्टर l है हमारा i माइनस j प्लस k डिवाइडेड बाय वेक्टर l का मैग्नीट्यूड इज रूट 3. So first of all, what we'll do, we'll find this v dot l cap. So v vector is 3i plus 2j plus 3k, and we'll find the dot product with this l cap. So this is dot product of I minus j plus k divided by root 3, and then I minus j plus k divided by root 3. So this is vector component basically. तो ये वाला जो अंदर वाला चीज है, दिस इज स्केलर कंपोनेंट, एंड ये डायरेक्शन बताएगा विच इज द वेक्टर कंपोनेंट, राइट. सो फर्स्ट इफ वी कैलकुलेट दिस, सी i डॉट i को करेंगे पहले, तो 3 इंटू 1 माइनस 2 इंटू 1 प्लस 3 इंटू 1 डिवाइडेड बाय रूट 3. So this is 3 plus 3, 6 minus 2, 4, 4 divided by root 3. 4 divided by root 3 and then multiplied to this whole thing. I minus j plus k divided by root 3. So this is 4 by 3i minus 4 by 3j plus 4 by 3k. Clear है बच्चों? Let's go to the next one then. Now vector product or cross product of two vectors. So when you have to find the cross product of two vectors, the definition of that is the vector product or cross product of two vectors A and B is another vector C whose magnitude is equal to the product of magnitude of the two vector and the sign of the smaller angle between them. So if we have two vectors, let's say this is vector A and this is another vector B and the angle between them is theta, then the cross product A cross B is equal to AB sine theta, and then this is C cap, this gives you the direction. So the direction of a vector which is a cross product of A and B is perpendicular to both A and B. So that means it will be in a direction which is perpendicular to the plane. तो जो स्क्रीन है आपको दिख रहा है उसके परपेंडिकुलर मतलब कमिंग आउट ऑफ द प्लेन ऑफ द स्क्रीन विल बी द क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट. तो A क्रॉस B अगर हम लोग लिखते हैं वेक्टर A इंटू वेक्टर B क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट, तो ये वेक्टर A का मैग्नीट्यूड, वेक्टर B का मैग्नीट्यूड, साइन ऑफ द एंगल थीटा, the angle between A and B, and n cap. N cap is basically the direction which is perpendicular to both A and B. So n cap is in a direction which is perpendicular to both A and B. So where C cap is a unit vector in the direction of C, the direction of C or C cap is a vector is perpendicular to the plane containing A and B. So if I say, let's say this is A and this is B. So let's say this vector is A, this vector is B. So when you do a cross product of A and B, this is the direction of vector A cross B, that is n cap का direction. इसको निकालते कैसे हैं? राइट हैंड थंब रूल से. सो ए के अलोंग अपना हैंड पाम को रखेंगे और बी के तरफ अपने फिंगर्स को कर्ल करेंगे. So what we'll do, we'll put the palm along a vector A, we'll curl the finger along B. The direction of the thumb gives us the direction of the vector A and B. So I'll just show it to you on screen as well. So you can see the video, my video here. So what we are saying ki vector A, let's say it is in this direction. I curl my finger from A towards B. So A was in horizontal direction, I have curled it towards B. The direction of A cross B, that is the direction of this thumb, will give you the direction of the vector A cross B. So basically it is a vector which is perpendicular to both these vectors. So let's say these were the two vectors, right? These were the two vectors which are lying on x-axis and y-axis. So A cross B will be in the z-axis, perpendicular to both these vectors here. So we've understood. So this is how you find the direction of the product, cross product of two vectors. So this is known as right-handed screw rule, okay, or right-hand thumb rule. So right-hand screw rule क्या कहता है कि if we have to find the cross product of A and B, so what we'll do, we'll turn the screw from A towards B. So when you turn a screw from A towards B, you will find that the screw is moving up. तो कोई स्क्रू को अगर ए से बी के तरफ घुमाएंगे तो स्क्रू किधर मूव करेगा? ऊपर की तरफ मूव करेगा. तो जो डायरेक्शन है ए क्रॉस बी का वो क्या हो गया? दैट इज परपेंडिकुलर टू बोथ ए एंड बी एंड गोइंग in the positive z direction. Okay, and similarly if you do B cross A, so when you do B cross A, you will be turning the screw, right, ऐसे उल्टा from B towards A. तो जब B से A के तरफ इसको घुमाएंगे तो ये क्या होगा? नीचे की तरफ आएगा. So A से B घुमाएंगे तो ऊपर जाएगा और B से A घुमाएंगे तो नीचे की तरफ आएगा. So this is what is right hand screw rule, right? Similarly right hand thumb rule क्या है? जो अभी मैंने बताया, A के along हम लोग अपने fingers को stretch करेंगे और B के तरफ curl करेंगे. So we'll stretch our palm in the direction of A and then we'll curl the fingers in the direction of B. So when we curl it, the direction of this thumb gives us the direction of vector A cross B. Is this clear to everyone? Why? Because see, right hand thumb rule is used everywhere. You guys know that, in magnetism, everything is being calculated by right hand thumb rule, most of the things, right? So this is how you can understand it. Basically, Maxwell's screw rule and right hand thumb rule. So magnitude of vector product of two vectors. So if you find, so the magnitude of vector product of two vectors is equal to area of a parallelogram along two sides, whose two sides are represented by two vectors. And also it is equal to twice the area of triangle whose two sides are represented by two vectors, right? So for example, if you have a vector A, right? So let's say this is vector A and this is your vector B, right? So this is vector A, this is vector B. Then if you complete the parallelogram, right, then the angle between these two vectors is, let's say, theta. So A cross B is basically equal to the area of this parallelogram. कैसे? देखो, when I say B sin theta, तो ये जो distance है ये B cos theta होगा और ये जो distance है this is B sin theta, right? So when I say vector A and this is B sin theta, so product of the base and the height, altitude, ये है क्या? Area of parallelogram है. B sin theta height हो गया h के बराबर. We know that area of parallelogram is base into height. So height is given by B sin theta or base is given by A. So A into B sin theta. So when I say the magnitude of vector A cross B, this is AB sine theta n cap. So this is the magnitude AB sine theta, which is equal to the area of the parallelogram whose two sides are the two vectors which are given. Is it clear? Just give me a moment's time, okay? Yeah, sorry. So the vector product, the magnitude of the vector product of two vectors is equal to the area of the parallelogram whose two sides are represented by two vectors. And it is also equal to twice the area of a triangle whose two sides are represented by two vectors. So if you represent it like this, if this is A and this is another vector B, so basically, so when you complete the parallelogram, we know that the diagonal divides the parallelogram into two equal areas, two triangles of equal areas. So same concept, if you apply it here, so you will find that, right? So you will find that the area of the triangle is is equal to, we know that area of triangle is half a base into height. So half base into height means half of AB sine theta. That means this cross product will be twice the area of the triangle. Okay. Now, this is the geometrical interpretation of vector product of two vectors. So, some special cases of cross product. So, when vectors are parallel, so when it is parallel or anti-parallel, then we know that when theta is 0 degree and 180 degrees, sine theta will be equal to 0. Now, because sine theta is equal to 0, that means, okay, so because sine theta is equal to 0, that means the product, the vector product is also equal to 0. So when two vectors are parallel or anti-parallel, the vector product will be 0. So that's why when you are finding a cross product I cross I, j cross j and k cross k, these are all equal to 0. It means cross product of two parallels and anti-parallel vectors are 0. तो डॉट प्रोडक्ट में देखो क्या था, आई डॉट आई 1 था और यहाँ पे जस्ट उल्टा है, आई क्रॉस आई इज इक्वल टू 0 हो गया. तो सेम से क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट करेंगे तो 0 आएगा और सेम वेक्टर से अगर डॉट प्रोडक्ट निकालेंगे तो 1 आएगा. ठीक है. Now when vectors are perpendicular, so when the two vectors are perpendicular, we know that theta is 90 degree. So, A cross B will be equal to AB into 1. So directly you can multiply those. So cross product of two mutually perpendicular vectors is a vector whose magnitude is equal to the product of the magnitude of the two vectors and whose direction is perpendicular to the plane containing two vectors. So this we have already found by right hand screw rule and thumb rule. So therefore, for unit vectors, we know that if I say I cross J, I is along x-axis, J is along y-axis, then I cross J will be in the direction of k-axis, z-axis. So x, y, and z. So if you multiply x cross y, let's say they are perpendicular, then you will get it in the direction of z-axis. So this k cap is basically perpendicular to both I cap and j cap. Okay, so I cross j will be k, j cross k will be I, and k cross I will be equal to j. So you can check it by right hand thumb rule whether it is true or not. You can draw the three coordinate system, rectangular axis, and then you can check it. एग्जाम्पल क्या है क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट ऑफ वेक्टर्स का? टॉर्क एक एग्जाम्पल है. टॉर्क क्या है? टॉर्क इज द क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट ऑफ आर एंड एफ. आर इज पोजीशन वेक्टर एंड एफ इज फोर्स वेक्टर. आर क्रॉस एफ हमें टॉर्क देता है. उसी तरह एंगुलर मोमेंटम जो है, दिस इज आर क्रॉस पी. आर इज पोजीशन वेक्टर एंड पी इज द लीनियर मोमेंटम. सो दिस इज एंगुलर मोमेंटम. एल इज इक्वल टू आर क्रॉस पी. ठीक है. अब दो वेक्टर का अगर क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट निकालना है, नॉर्मली मल्टीप्लाई करके भी निकाल सकते हैं और उसको हम लोग डिटर्मिनेंट वाले मेथड से भी निकाल सकते हैं. सो कैसे करेंगे? नॉर्मली मल्टीप्लाई करके और डिटर्मिनेंट मेथड से. लेट्स जस्ट सी. तो हमारे पास एक वेक्टर है, लेट्स से a इज इक्वल टू axi प्लस ayj प्लस azk, एंड देन वी हैव अनदर वेक्टर b इज इक्वल टू bxi प्लस byj. राइट. Now when you are finding the cross product of a and b, तो आप क्या करोगे? इन दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई करना शुरू करोगे. मतलब जब i को i के साथ करेंगे तो i क्रॉस i मिलेगा. फिर हम लोग i को j के साथ करेंगे तो i क्रॉस j, फिर i क्रॉस k. उसी तरह j क्रॉस i, j क्रॉस j और j क्रॉस k. उसी तरह k क्रॉस i, k क्रॉस j और k क्रॉस k. हमें पता है कि i क्रॉस i एक वेक्टर का खुद से क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट निकालते हैं तो 0 होता है. उसी तरह j क्रॉस j ये भी 0 होगा और k क्रॉस k ये भी 0 होगा. तो इन तीनों टर्म को तो हम लोग सीधे कैंसिल कर देते हैं. अब हम लोग इस पे आते हैं आई क्रॉस जे. इसको निकालने के लिए ना हमेशा हम लोग क्या करते हैं, एक साइक्लिक ऑर्डर में वी राइट आई जे एंड के. ओके, so when you have written this, we know that I cross j will be equal to k. Similarly, j cross k will be equal to I. This is the easiest method to remember. So what you do when you multiply I and j, you will get k. You will multiply j and k, you will get I. So when you go towards the arrow, you get a positive sign. And when you go opposite to the arrow, you get negative sign. Means if I say I cross k, it will be minus j. Why? Because I am going opposite to the arrow. Similarly, k cross j will be minus I and j cross I will be minus k. Is it clear to everyone? Now, so we can write this as 0, ax bx into 0. I cross j we know is equal to plus k. I cross k, it is opposite, so this will be minus j. Similarly, j cross I is equal to minus k. J cross j to 0 ही हो गया. J cross k is I and k cross I is j. And then we have, so k cross j is minus I, and then this k cross k, this will be 0. So you can remove this as well as this. So after this, when we simplify this, you will get ay bz minus az by. So both the I components are brought together, j components are brought together, and k components are brought together. Now, this can be written in the form of determinant as A cross B is written in the form of determinant. Determinant जिन्होंने मैथमेटिक्स लिया था, मेरे ख्याल से सप्रीत ने मैथमेटिक्स लिया था तो उसको तो पता होगा. I don't know about Betsy whether she knows it or not. So I'll just explain you. So when I write this determinant, so ijk is written in the first row, ax ay az in the second row. So ax ay az are the components of vector A. And okay, so ax ay az are the component of vector A and bx by bz are component of vector z, vector B. So what we do when we open this, so what you will get is, this I, we take a positive sign here, negative sign here, and the positive sign here, right? Just need to remember this. And then when I open it with this, I'll close this and I'll also close this. Okay, so I'll remove this whole thing. Okay, and then what I'll do, I'll write this. So I into, so this is what I into ay az and by bz is written minus, because here we have a minus sign here. Okay, so minus j, and the next what we'll do, we open it through j. So we'll close this and we'll also close this, right? So now what are the components which are remaining, which is not closed, is ax bx and az bz. So we write minus j, because this sign is plus, this is minus, this is plus, so minus j. And the remaining ones, ax az bx and bz, these are the ones which are remaining, ax bx az bz. So this is what we have written it. Then we open it, we expand it using this k. So when we expand it across k, we have plus, minus and again plus. So plus of k हो जाएगा, और ये इससे मतलब बेसिकली जो बच गए वो ये 4 बच गए, उनको हम यहाँ यूज कर लेते हैं, ax ay bx and by. Okay. So recall, so this is written as, we know that when you remove this determinant sign, what you do is you multiply this with this and then subtract it by multiplication of these two. So इसको जब expand करेंगे ना, a b c d ऐसे अगर है determinant, तो ये क्या लिखते हैं, a d minus b c हम लोग इसको represent करें. ठीक है. So ये जो हमारा है, जो वैल्यू आएगा ये आ जाएगा ए वाई बी जेड माइनस ए जेड बी वाई। सिमिलरली यहाँ पे जो वैल्यू आएगा दिस विल बी ए एक्स बी जेड माइनस ए जेड बी एक्स, और इसको जब ओपन करेंगे सो दिस विल बी ए एक्स बी वाई, this into this minus this into this. So when we go from top to bottom it is positive, and when we go bottom to top it is negative. So a y b x. Is it clear, the expansion? सभी को clear है ये? Betsy, are you have you understood how to expand this? Okay, I'll take an example and then you will be able to understand in a better way. Okay, so let's say we have these two vectors. Magnetic force on a unit charge moving with velocity v, and magnetic field B is given by, we know that force F is equal to QV cross B, right? So if unit charge है तो Q का वैल्यू 1 हो जाएगा. Force is equal to QV cross of B, ये मैग्नेटिक फोर्स होता है, राइट? तुम लोगों ने 12th क्लास में पढ़ा होगा. सो अब Q का वैल्यू 1 है तो हम लोग सीधे फोर्स इज इक्वल टू V क्रॉस B लिख सकते हैं. इफ Q इज इक्वल टू 1, राइट? दिस इज व्हाट इज गिवन, यूनिट चार्ज. सो V क्रॉस B हम लोगों को निकालना है, फोर्स वेक्टर निकालना है विच इज V क्रॉस B. सो व्हेन आई राइट V क्रॉस B, सो दिस विल बी इक्वल टू, ये V वेक्टर है और ये B वेक्टर है. तो जब हम लोग, मैंने क्या बोला था, आई जे के ऊपर लिख लेंगे, है ना, डिटर्मिनेंट के फॉर्म में सॉल्व करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, तो आई जे के ऊपर लिख लेंगे V क्या है, 3, 5 और 2, ये इसके कंपोनेंट्स हैं, x कंपोनेंट, y कंपोनेंट और z कंपोनेंट, और B का जो x y z कंपोनेंट है वो इधर लिख लेंगे 2, 3 एंड 4. दिस इज हाउ यू राइट इट. ओके, हाउ टू राइट द डिटर्मिनेंट इज क्लियर. Betsy, how to write the determinant, this is clear. Then what we do, we start expanding it. So when we expand it, so we will mask this and we will mask this. मास्क करना समझते हो ना, इन दोनों को हटा दो, बच गया हमारे पास क्या, अच्छा ये प्लस साइन, ये माइनस साइन, प्लस साइन. तो जब इसको मास्क किया तो हमारे पास 5, 2 और 3, 4 बचा. हम लोग यहाँ पे आई कैप लिखेंगे बिकॉज इसके अबाउट हम लोग एक्सपेंड कर रहे हैं. तो आई कैप इंटू 5 into 4 minus 3 into 2. So we'll write 5 into 4 minus 3 into 2. Plus नहीं, sorry, यहाँ पे तो minus sign है, तो we'll write minus j. Then what we'll do, we will mask this and this. So when we mask these two, what is remaining is 3, 2, 2 and 4. So we'll write 3 into 4 minus 2 into 2. Plus of k cap, then we'll mask this and this. So plus of k cap, what is remaining, 3 into 3 minus 2 into 5. So this will be 3 into 3 minus 2 into 5. So when you expand it, you will get, calculate it, 20 minus 6 is 14 minus j. This is 12 minus 4, 8 plus k. This is 9 minus 10. This is minus 1. So this will be 14i minus 8j minus of k. So this is your force vector, F vector. Is this clear? Betsy, did you understand? Great. So there is another way also, doing it in a algebraic way of doing it without using determinant. We'll do it that way also, so that whatever is comfortable for you, you can use that in solving the questions. So let's say in this only we have to find V cross B. So we will write V as 3i plus 5j plus 2k, 2i plus 3j plus 4k. When you are multiplying, taking a cross product, so ये यहाँ पे क्या होगा, हम लोग इसको लिखेंगे, देखो i क्रॉस i हमें पता है 0 होता है, तो ये तो 0 ही हो जाएगा, 3 टाइम्स i क्रॉस i, so this is 0 only, plus 3 times, sorry 3 into 2 होगा, sorry, then we have 3 into 3 I cross j, right, this is 3 into 2 plus 3 into 4 I cross k plus 5 into 2 we have j cross I, 5 into 3 j cross j, 5 into 4 j cross k, then we have 2 into 2 k cross I, 2 into 3 k cross j, and 2 into 4 k cross k. So see, now I cross I is 0, j cross j is 0, and k cross k is 0. So these can be cancelled. And then we write, I, j and k, right, in cyclic order so that we can calculate it. 3 into 3 I cross j k होता है, तो 3 into 3 9 होता है, 9k हो गया. 3 into 4 12 है, और I cross k ऑपोजिट जा रहे हैं, देखो I क्रॉस k करेंगे तो ऑपोजिट टू द एरो जा रहे हैं, मतलब नेगेटिव हो जाएगा, माइनस j, तो I क्रॉस k इज माइनस 12j. देन j क्रॉस I इज अगेन ऑपोजिट, माइनस ऑफ 10k. देन वी हैव, ठीक है, 5 क्रॉस 4 20, j क्रॉस k करोगे तो I होगा 20i. उसके बाद k क्रॉस I करेंगे j होगा, सो दिस इज 4j. एंड देन वी हैव k क्रॉस j माइनस ऑफ 6i. So see, 20i minus 6i, this is 14i, minus 12j plus 4j minus 8j, then 9k minus 10k is minus k. So यही आ गया सेम चीज. Let's say, is this clear? So you can use any of these method, both of these method can be used. I would suggest to use determinant wala method or practice karo. It is quite easy. It's not very difficult. Okay. Now let's move to the next one, application of cross product. So application of cross product, first application is to find a unit vector perpendicular to two vectors. अगर हमें एक unit vector निकालना है दो vector के perpendicular, तो ये हमें पता है कि वेक्टर a क्रॉस b इज इक्वल टू वेक्टर a का मैग्नीट्यूड वेक्टर b का मैग्नीट्यूड साइन थीटा और n कैप. तो अगर n कैप निकालना है तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे, वेक्टर a क्रॉस b निकाल लेंगे डिवाइडेड बाय वेक्टर a का मैग्नीट्यूड b का मैग्नीट्यूड इनटू साइन थीटा. सो दिस विल हेल्प यू फाइंड द यूनिट वेक्टर परपेंडिकुलर टू बोथ a and b. So this is the first application. Then we have to find area of parallelogram formed by two vectors. ये तो हम लोगों ने देखा भी था, area of parallelogram a क्रॉस b, और उसका मैग्नीट्यूड लिख लेंगे. क्यों? क्योंकि हमको वेक्टर फॉर्म में नहीं चाहिए. तो अगर हम लोग वेक्टर मैग्नीट्यूड लिखेंगे तो a क्रॉस b वेक्टर का मैग्नीट्यूड इज ab sin थीटा. So this is equal to ab sin theta. Third है to find the area of triangle formed by two vectors a and b. So ये क्या हो जाएगा, half of vector a cross b. हमें पता है क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट का हाफ कर देंगे तो एरिया ऑफ ट्राइंगल निकल जाएगा. दिस इज अनदर एप्लीकेशन विच इज क्वाइट ऑफन यूज्ड. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन दिस क्वेश्चन 71, right? So we have the vector from origin O to point A and B are given as, so this is vector A and this is vector B. Find the area of triangle OAB. तो अब देखो ये origin है OA, ये A है, ये B है, ये O है. हमें पता है वेक्टर OA is equal to vector A. This is 3i minus 6j plus 2k, and OB is equal to vector B, which is equal to 2i minus j plus 2k. अब अगर हमें ये ट्राइंगल का एरिया निकालना है, एरिया ऑफ ट्राइंगल OAB अगर हम लोग को निकालना है, सो दिस विल बी हाफ ऑफ वेक्टर A क्रॉस B. दिस इज एरिया ऑफ ट्राइंगल OAB. Area of triangle OAB. So if we have to find this, half of A cross B, half of 3i minus 6j plus 2k cross 2i minus j plus 2k. So what you need to do is find the cross product here. I, j, k. This is 3 minus 6 and 2. And then we have 2 minus 1 and 2. So we are finding the cross product. We know that पहले I ये positive, negative और positive. Plus I and then minus 6 into 2 is minus 12. Minus of 2 into minus 1 is plus 2. Minus of j cap. And then we have 3 into 2, 6 minus 4. Okay. Plus of k cap. 3 into 1, minus 1, minus 3 and plus 12. So this is I cap minus 10i. Okay. And then minus 2j, 12 minus 3 plus 9k. So this will be equal to minus 10i minus 2j plus 9k. So this is the cross product. We have to find half of this. So this means half of magnitude of this. A cross B का magnitude. A cross B का magnitude हो जाएगा हमारे पास. जो A cross B निकाले इसका magnitude निकाल लेते हैं. Half of root under minus 10 square plus minus 2 square plus 9 square. So this is 1 by 2 root under 100 plus 4 and 80, 185. So root under 185 by 2 हो गया. Okay. So this is root 425. I did some mistake, I suppose. Three minus 6 into 2, 1. Okay, yeah. So this is correct. And then if we have to find the parallelogram, so if we have to find the area of parallelogram, that will be root 185 directly. So area of parallelogram will be equal to root 185. We will not use half here. Why? Because area of parallelogram is directly the cross product of A and B, not half of cross product of A and B. Is this clear to everyone? Okay. So I think we'll stop here for the day. And vector portion is over. So this is what we had to do in vectors. So I'll send you questions. Do practice all these questions, because more you practice, it will be better for you, for your understanding. Okay. Okay. चलिए बच्चों, bye and take care everyone.